Vibes, vibes, vibes all around for this movie. If you are one of the few people that actually enjoyed The Idol, I don't want you to give me any recommendations on shows or movies, but you may enjoy this. If you are a fan of The Weeknd, especially of his most recent album, you'll probably enjoy this. If you're just looking for a good story and a good film, you are fine missing out on this. Hello everyone, my name is Erin James. This is a review of the movie Hurry Up Tomorrow, written by Reza Fahim and Trey Edward Schultz, directed by Trey Edward Schultz. This is a pretty expensive marketing device for his recent album, Hurry Up Tomorrow. He claims that the movie came before the album. We don't know how true that is. Of course, people say that sometimes to push one product over another, but we'll take him for his word. So the album is based off this movie. I don't know how, considering there's not much story here. But anyway, Abel Tesfaye plays himself, The Weeknd, and he's struggling to sing. He's having issues with his voice. He's dealing with heartbreak. He's dealing with people from his past. He's dealing with estranged or tough or toxic friendships specifically. And a fan manages to get backstage and becomes a bit obsessive when she finally gets an opportunity or a chance with The Weeknd. That's probably a third of this movie. So let's start from the beginning. I love the album. Hurry Up Tomorrow, I played a bit too much. And the first half of this movie, I would say about half of the movie goes through about 7 or 8 songs from the album in the beginning. And I had the idea that this movie was just going to be a visual album because we had gone through the first tracks in the beginning, and I was just here for the vibes, for the atmosphere, for the ambiance, and just having cool visuals with the music that I very much enjoy. I think most people, if it's music that they love, are willing to watch something that has a relatively loose story, as long as it's stuff that they can enjoy along with it, some audio to go along with it. But that is about all that is really good about this film. Abel, or The Weeknd, whatever you would like to call him, he is not a good actor. When presenting or expressing frustration or anger, it feels like he's afraid of really committing to it. It feels like he's scared to really go there and really yell at someone. Or when he's banging against the table, it seems like he's worried that he's going to break the table. Or maybe he's worried about harming his hand, in which case you shouldn't. Barry Keoghan and Jenna Ortega do what they can with these roles, with the scripts, which doesn't provide much to the movie, but they're there, they're entertaining for the most part on screen. I just feel that the script doesn't allow them to do much, nor does it give us much to really recognize that, obviously these are good actors. A good 30 to 40 minutes of the movie in the beginning could be cut because it's mostly dedicated to presenting ideas, concepts, along with the music. And the story doesn't really begin until we're in the final hour. And so nothing really happens until then, and when we finally get there, the movie's about to end, and you already see where this is going, and you already understand what's happening or why it's happening. So we didn't really care, or I didn't really care. Again, this movie is about the vibes, the ambiance, the music, and that's what I'm here for. That's why I enjoyed this. That's why, for the most part, I was still entertained. And I recognize that this is for people that are Weeknd fans, because that's what this was probably made for. And for them, I think this movie succeeded. I think this is less about the story and more about understanding the content of the music, of the lyrics in the music. I like the occasional suspenseful moments in the back end of the film when it starts to pick up momentum, when I feel like there actually is a story there, or there could be one. If you do, for whatever reason, decide to watch this movie, you recognize there's a story here in the end when Jenna Ortega's character and The Weeknd start interacting, and there's something there going on that reminds you of other films like this, of like Misery or Fatal Attraction, and it becomes a bit eerie and suspenseful, and there's something there. And I think we could get that story eventually if we had a better lead actor and a much better writer. Until next time, y'all take care of each other, check up on one another, make sure you check up on yourself, and remember, potential has no limit.